For the EFDD group, the floor goes to Mr. Arnott.
Debate is about rules for people coming from outside the European Union into the European Union, whether for studying, for research, for training, for voluntary work, to become an au pair or educational project. And quite often this kind of migration actually does have a positive impact on society. So I'm not going to stand here and argue that international students coming to the UK, paying fees to British universities, helping some of the top universities in the world to survive, is in any way a bad thing. And in fact, in a lot of ways, I'd rather have non-EU students than EU students coming to the United Kingdom under the current rules, because actually we get a rather rough deal when the British government gives EU students loans, which often aren't repaid. So what actually is the problem? Well, although people coming to the UK to study can be a good thing, it's also a decision that we should take as the British people ourselves, based on common sense and thinking about what we need for our colleges and our universities and what's right for the United Kingdom. This EU nonsense expecting us to make these changes, not just to those who wish to study or do research here, but also to their families and also for an additional 18 months after a course of study is completed, is likely to result in something approaching a free-for-all. Now, at the moment, we in the UK do have an opt-out, so the side in the British referendum campaign, which is currently busy, claiming that Brexit will lead inexorably to World War III, are going to be the ones that will accuse me of scaremongering. But an opt-out is only an opt-out until some bright spark decides that they want us to opt back in. And after that, it's too late because of the ratchet principle of the acquis communautaire in this union. So maybe you trust David Cameron not to opt us back in. Maybe you trust Jeremy Corbyn, but watch the Labour Party benches into today's vote, because if Labour votes for this today, you can bet that any future Labour government would vote to opt us back in. So whenever we have an opt-out, you have to ask yourself, do you trust Cameron, do you trust Corbyn, and do you trust every future British Prime Minister? Because if you can't say yes to all three, the bottom line is that by voting to stay in the European Union, you vote to risk handing over control of our immigration policy to Brussels.